Hi, Awaken into Love. Can you talk a little bit about the fear of resentment, especially with worrying about growing apart? How do I work with that?
I think this concept of outgrowing your partner is extremely common. I have so many members of our ROCD Academy and our home program and the coaches telling us that it's really a concept that's coming a lot for people, meaning outgrowing your partner, meaning growing at different pace, maybe growing in different place. And that's such a scary concept, especially when you based love on connection. Because when you experience this moment in life where you are actually growing at different pace, going different direction, you don't feel the connection as strong as you used to, or as you imagine it should be. Your expectation being often very high of how this connection should look like. So I think that's really an art, and also part of the healing journey, to be able to hold the tension of seeing maybe your partner staying at the same place when you are growing, or maybe also that could be the contrary, you being stuck when your partner is actually going further. Even if to be really honest, I think at Awaken into Love, we see more of the opposite concept. Always the person thinking am I wasting my life? Is it not going fast enough? Is it limiting me? And I'm speaking for experience with that. Really thinking that the partner is also almost an hindrance for you, a boundary of going faster in your life. So that's a big one too. So I think what's really helpful is that to understand that's actually a new layer that's helping you deepen your healing journey and understand and move away from what we call at Awaken into Love the codependency, the wellness giveaway syndrome, and starting to be able to exist by yourself, even if it's absolutely different than your partner, and leaning into the emotion that can come up, resentment being one, but I've also heard about guilt, about shame, about sadness, feeling you're growing apart and not feeling this connection, and also moving away from the enmeshment and growing through that. I think that's a great opportunity for that. That could show up also by having very compulsive behavior. One being checking. Do you feel that you're connecting with your partner? Do you feel you have the same interest? An example could be at the dinner table, starting some topics and being oh, is he gonna respond? Is he gonna understand what I'm meaning? Is gonna be entranced, or not entranced, being excited about the same thing as me? And if is not, that means that he's stuck somewhere and I don't want to stay there with him. And you keep asking those questions and trying to engage in conversation to see if he's catching up and being in sync with you. And that can be that can be in many other ways, calling your partner more and seeing you feel still the connection when you're doing something on your own, or when he's doing something on his own. At Awaken into Love in the ROCD Academy, there is a whole module on the wellness giveaway syndrome. That's the word we've given to the term codependency. That's a very trendy term, and we wanted to have an approach that's a bit more, also a bit less black and white. We think that everyone has codependency trait, and that all couples have codependency aspects. It's not something, oh my God, I have codependency issues, I need to leave my partner. It's something that's actually normal and human, in our opinion, at Awaken into Love, and you can work with it. So actually learning to move away from codependency, wellness giveaway syndrome, is really important, and it's going to be a resource for you in those times when in a relationship, which happen to all of us, you grow apart, you have different pace of moving forward, you go backwards, you're not in sync with your partner because you've learned to exist without your partner. And with ROCD and people suffering from ROCD, it's so hard, because actually doing stuff on your own, leaning into your own pleasure, your own leisure, your own whatever, immediately there is this thought that comes in oh, if I like to do that on my own, that means that I should be alone, or that maybe my partner is not the right one. That could be automatic, when actually learning how to be with yourself, to do stuff that are nurturing for you, that are actually helping you become a more whole and a more independent and autonomous human being, is actually the core of our work. It's going to be helpful for you in your life in general, and in those times of partnership where we're not in sync.
Hi there, maybe you're just finding out about ROCD, you're in the middle of it, or you're so familiar with it for what it feels like a long time. At Awaken into Love, we really believe that you should not ever feel alone, which is why we lead incredible ROCD and relationship anxiety peer support groups to help you accelerate your journey so you don't have to feel alone. Be held accountable in this hard work, feel heard, and get support as you face inevitable triggers, breakup urges, and anxiety. We also understand the fear of groups being compulsive, which is why we will always have mentors in the group redirecting you and coming back to the work. I want you to know that you deserve deserve to walk along this journey with other people, to walk along this journey with people who truly understand what you're going through, and meet people just like you coming to a group that's completely uncensored where you can finally be yourself. You deserve to feel seen and to feel loved in something that feels so hard. You're not meant to do it alone.